What's up guys, Steve again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7 here with the AGORA models 0. Now it's A6M 0 Mitsubishi fighter. Now it's been about 3 months since I had my previous video. It's just been issues with delay of shipment due to the pandemic, but here we have, well, we went up to pack 4. We built this beautiful side of the wing. Now we're up to pack 5 and pack 6. Now I got both together. Now, like I did with the tank, I believe I did the two together because it's been such a delay. So I got pack 5 here and pack 6. Now, I believe in pack 5 we'll be actually installing the aileron operating mechanism. That's what it says there. So there it is there. So it's going to be continuing on from pack 4. Now, I believe pack 6 is very similar to what we did here for pack 4. So if there's something similar, we'll miss that part and I'll just say, watch the other video because it's pretty lengthy, that one. But it's really nice. It's got like the, I'll show you this actual section, check out that. So it's got the landing gear all up in there. So that's why in this build, pack 4, it took a while. So you can watch that video if it comes onto that, which I do believe it does because it has a lot of very similar parts. But yeah, like I said, these kits are amazing. If you're interested in these, links are down below. Check out this, look at the size of that little servo. Size of my thumbnail. Awesome. So let's get the parts out for pack 5 here, and then we'll get going. We'll see how long this one takes. But I'm really enjoying these. Look at that flap cover for the landing gear, just there. So maybe there's some of these steps in pack 5 that are same as step 4, so we can just skip ahead on that. But what we haven't done yet, we'll film and I'll show you how it looks. So easy first step. This is your aileron mechanism, and it's going to be sitting on this main part of the wing, just there. 4 screws holding it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're new to watching these, you always get a spare screw. So what I like to do, take 4 out that we need, and I'll just leave the 1 in the bag. So this is step 1. Stage 37, so put those 4 screws in and that's it. Okay, now we're going to be installing the left and right flaps, and as you can see on this rod, it's actually got ball bearings, and in the lower section of this flap you can see there's little cutouts for it, so it kind of gets in that ridge there, and then you're going to be sandwiching in between the top half of that flap, and they say left and right, so he's going to be putting in that in there and sandwiching it just kind of like that, sandwich it in between and screw it together with 2 screws on each side. So the left and right is exactly the same. Left and right is all done, and that's just sandwiched in between. And that's that mechanism just there that's going to be obviously activating these ones. It's all plugged up because it's all electronic. As you can see, the left side of the wing has got all that stuff sorted out already, and I'm pretty sure in these 2 stages coming up that we'll have, or there's 2 steps, we'll have to do that later on. So anyway, next step in the manual, installing the aileron base. So got to be putting the ailerons together and attaching it just like we did, or very similar just then, as you can see. But check out some of these parts, very fine detail. Thank God they're in this little case, otherwise you'd lose it. Self-explanatory instruction manuals, and you have to download these if you haven't seen any previous ones. So let me get that all sorted and we'll see how it looks, because it's pretty complicated. It was pretty hard to do on camera without getting your fingers in the way, but let's have a look. So there we can see, got these 2 halves and got these tiny little hinges. It recommends you slide this bar through them and put them together, but I found that it's just easy to install them 1, 2 and 3, sandwich them in there, and then because this bar can, if you install it correctly, it should be able to slide through all 3 of them, no issues whatsoever. So just like that. Now this part, you can put it back in later, but now we need to install it just in there, like that, and also just clips in that little hole there. So 2 screws there, and then it's going to be sandwiched in between these 2 parts here, the lower and upper portion of the aileron. So we'll get all that sorted, and it should look like that when it's all done. Pretty fiddly, but it's cool, really nice. I love the engineering behind it. It's fantastic. And that's it. Left wing, aileron and flap installed. Now I needed a little bit of super glue anywhere where it's a solid, like well, it tells you need super glue for these little lugs. And there was 10 lugs situated there, so obviously watch where you put in the super glue, but that's it. Squeeze the two halves together and that's it. Now watch this, when you move this little lever, you'll see it actually actuate. So, cool, isn't it? That's nice. So obviously we've got to do the next one, probably be in the next actual pack or something, but that's that particular stage done. Now stage 40, I like how with these ones it tells you installing left wing support fittings and arm external panel frame. So that's all that. So I'll get that all ready. Put it on the wing, it's a pretty simple step. A couple of screws holding it down, and I'll show you how that kind of looks. We'll get this. I like this. It's not plastic. It's not aluminium, but it's plastic. But it's really, really nice. So that's the bottom of the right wing. Here's the top part of the left wing that we're going to be doing now. So I'll get all that installed and show you how it looks when it's all together. What I like about it, this wing support is actual metal, as you can see. So it goes in there, 2 screws here, and 1 screw there, but it's actually metal. Okay, there's the left wing panel frame all secured. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. And just make sure when you're putting it down that you check the wires that they're routed underneath where they need to go, and the little lugs are all sit down flush and proud. But that's it. So that's that particular stage complete. Now here's where I was saying before, so I've done this already, this whole setup. Obviously there's 2 wings, you need 2 sets of landing gear and the light as well that's installed here. So next step, you'll be getting this part. This is the base of the right wing, and installing this really complex mechanism. This is the landing gear, the wheels, the light, and all that kind of stuff here, which I've already done, I believe, on pack 4. Now I'll leave a little card up there, go watch that as well, so I don't need to do the whole thing again on camera. But basically you're going to be left with that, the light and all that mechanism installed into the lower part of the right wing, just here. So I do that all off camera, and then that'll be, I think that's actually this pack done, and then we'll get to the next pack. So I'll do all that and I'll show you how it looks, and then we can start on the other pack here. Alright, now we just finished everything we need to do for pack 5, moving on to pack 6, but I'll show you the detail on these. Check out that. Beautiful flaps. It also has suspension. As you can see, there's a little spring up there. But that's it. So it looks really nice. Such nice quality. Beautiful. And then this is the other part. That's the wing. And you install the lights. There's a LED there. One here and one here. It's good to make sure that the board's facing up. You can see the LED facing up. And that's it. So let's get on to pack 6. I'll download the instructions and let's get to it. Alrighty, downloaded pack 6 instruction manual. Now a lot of that we done in pack 4 and pack 5, so I'm not going to be showing you all this. This is installing the landing gear, the landing gear motor just here. If you want to go do that, I'll leave a little link, little card up there to watch that. It's the same thing. Just want to keep these videos fairly short. Next up, we've got a stage 48, installing the right aileron. Obviously we installed the left one just previously, so it's exactly like that, just on the right hand side. And we'll go all the way down until, yeah, we haven't done this before. So we have done that one, the top, that's the main brace, the metal bracing. The top, we'll go up to here where we have to actually install the cockpit that we built early on, this bad boy, onto the main wing assembly. So I'll do all these other parts, and I'll flick these back on when we have to install the cockpit in. That looks cool. Left and right wing are all assembled. Everything looks really, really nice. Just pay close attention to the wire so nothing gets caught up, but that's it. Went ahead and put the cockpit on. 4 screws, 2 on each side, and they are the metal screws, so just bear that in mind, but it shows it into the instructions. Make sure the cable management, nothing's like snagged up as well, same as the wings, but check that out. That is some beautiful fitment, really tight tolerances. For example, the screws go in there to the main spar of the wing for this cockpit. It's really, really nice and solid now. And check out this. So obviously you've got your ailerons and your flaps. Now this controls it, so obviously it's going to be hooked up to a servo later on. But there we go there. And your flaps are this one here. Pretty cool. So that was stage 49 up to stage 50, and that's the assembling the tail gear retract mechanism. So I'll get all this sorted out and I'll show you in a bit. Right, sorry, forgot to push record on the good old camera, but stage 50 is this assembly of the tail gear retract mechanism. So a few parts here that make it up, but it's a series of gears just in there with a little clutch actually in there, which is this little guy just here. So if something happens, it won't just strip the gears out. So it has a nice little clutch in there as well. So that's his part just here. That's that stage complete. So stage 51 is actually assembling the gear retract mechanism number 2. So all it is in that particular stage is the motor and a little pinion and attaching it to the back half just in here. That's all it is. That's that stage complete. Stage 52 is nothing, it's just opening the servo. That's this little thumbnail size servo. You don't do nothing with that. That's for later on when you get the next actual next kit. Stage 53 is where we attach, or we make this little section here. So it's the gear. So this part here is aluminium, and little wheel, it's actually ball bearinged, and you super glue those two halves together. Tells you very clearly here as well. That's that, and then you attach it to this other plastic piece, put it together, sandwich it, and that is what we're left with. So that is this whole stage complete. So that's his box, 2 sets, pack 5 and 6. Sorry, so pack 7 obviously will be attaching these and putting this little motherboard or daughter board together. So that's what you're left with the kit. So you're left with that servo, that actuator wire there, and that. So that is it. So thanks for watching stage pack 5 and 6. Pack 7 should be out very shortly. Hopefully it won't be as long as these ones, but there we go. Long for waiting, I mean, for the shipping, but there we go. Check out that. Super happy with the results. Love the actuation there, and the flaps as well. Awesome detail. So it's going to be more servos, more motors as well to actuate all of those, but that'll be coming up in the next video. So if you're interested in these guys, links down below. If you like the video, give it a good old thumbs up, and if you haven't, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.